Hello everyone, welcome back to OptimizEvony. I wanted to hit you with a quick video today on the new event that came out at Reset today. So the anniversary event just ended at Reset, and we have the normal like um, in between events kind of activities, except for there is a new event here, the Wheel of Civilization event. And we've had a lot of Wheel of Civilizations, Taisha's Wheel, uh, Astral, Astrolabe, there's so many different wheels here, right? And all of those are just playing on random chance and stuff like that. So at first I opened this up, didn't take much of a look at there, the normal things here, not really anything super exciting here. It's a refining event. Oh no, it's a golden refining event. It also is the refining event, but it's the golden refining event, which just gives you some extra little crappy rewards. But this one, I did actually look back at it, and it is super worthwhile. So let's read through it a little bit. Basically, this is a 3-day event. So just between the two kind of main events, and it does give you a chance to get Civ Scroll fragment chests, or either the Conquest or the Supremacy. The Conquest is the version that was kind of the lower tier Civ gear. That's like the Cake 4, or it used to be Cake 3 or Cake 2, whatever. I think it used to be Cake 3, but then they moved it up to Cake 4. Um, and so that's kind of the cheaper Civ gear. And then the Supremacy is the expensive stuff. So like the weapons and like the chest and sometimes the boots, uh, sometimes the legs. Depends on the set. But yeah, so it looks like basically what you're gonna get here is a chance to actually get some of these fragments. And I believe you can actually choose which fragment you want from here. I don't think that this is random. I think this is you get to actually choose, and you get a fragment of the civilization equipment. So I think they basically added this event for the had gotten to people like me who had gotten to like 25, 26, 27, 28, 29 on the like the plantagenet bow or like some of the other gear, and they just need like one or two more fragments. But everything that Evony has released so far has been all 30 fragments of it, and it's been a super low chance, right? So like the Civ wheel that was in the anniversary event was really awful. You had to pay for it. They didn't give you any chances for free, and but it was all or nothing. It was 30 fragments of the ring, or 30 fragments of the chest, or 30 fragments of the whatever, all throughout the gear. Um, and I mean, it's crazy. Of course, Ebony gave me 30 fragments of the ring, which I already had the ring, so that's that's just going to turn into refined stones for me. I didn't even convert it to refined stones because it's just not even worth it. Like, I'd rather show that I had 30 fragments of the the scroll, rather than convert it to the refined stones. But this will give people the opportunity to get those last like couple fragments that they need on some of the gear that they really want, or get some fragments. And it looks like this might be something that pops up between every single big event. And so you'll have like 2 to 3 days to collect some of these things, get some fragments, or at least have the chance at getting some fragments, uh, and then you'll be able to keep those fragments. The coin things that you get here, they do expire, so they'll turn into noble coin chests on December 16th. This is actually, some of you guys might have noticed, but they kind of did a, I think they unintentionally released this too early. They released the noble coins, but they didn't release anything that you could actually use the noble coins for, at least on my server. Last event, in between the last two events, right before the anniversary celebration event, and so you can get 80 coins per day from monsters, bosses, monsters, whatever, and then 20 noble coins from resource spots every day. So you should absolutely be maxing these out. You need to get 100 coins every single day if you're trying to get, these Civ gear fragments. So uh, unfortunately, this means that people have to farm more than usual. For example, I don't really farm on my main account except for like to get the one like level 13 or one level 15 to actually get some of those eggs that drop. But you'll have to farm a little bit here, and you'll have to hit bosses. They drop pretty aggressively from bosses. Like these are 5 or 10 from here. I don't know if these are singles or if they come in like sets of 5 or something. It might be singles, so you might need to farm like 20 small tiles to get these, but it's well worth it. Then uh, the Civ Scroll Fragment Chest Supremacy, so the more expensive one, the one that has like the weapons and stuff like that, is guaranteed within 148 spins. So, and yeah, it resets every time you get a fragment. So basically, if you get a fragment on your first chance, then you have 148 spins again to be guaranteed a fragment on the supremacy side. And there is a limit, so you can get like 18 supremacy and 18 of the conquest, I believe. We'll take a look at it in just a second. But yeah, so make sure that you're getting your coins here. And if we do just a quick math, 148 divided by 100, uh, the spins take 10 each. So this is 10 spins basically over 3 days. That's not going to get you there. So you're not going to get a guaranteed supremacy fragment, at least through that means. But let's actually go and look at the event. It's through like these valuable event tab, kind of as usual. Like I said, here's the refining event is open. Um, Feeding just close. So this is Wheel of Civilization. It looks very similar to every single other wheel that we have. I honestly don't even know why they changed this background skin. Nobody cares what the background skin is. Just leave it the same. Just change the things on the actual wheel. You can see that I already got my 80 uh, 80 80 coins from bosses. I've been hitting some bosses before. Uh, if you click this, I originally clicked this and I saw these things, and so I thought it was going to be just another paid event here, like you could only get these from the packages. But no, you can get 100 a day. So 10 spins a day, you can actually get more. So you basically get one for free here. Let's just do that. Oh wow, I almost got that one. I'm sure that does that for everyone. But hey, 3-day speed ups, I'm not going to complain about that. So then it's similar to Taiki's wheel where uh, you you have like ones for 5 coins and 10 for 70. So you can actually get like 10, 11, 12 spins for 75 coins, and then you have basically two more full spins left. So you can get like 12, 12 and a half, or sorry, 14 and a half spins per day. But that's not going to get you to that's not going to get you to the 148 that you actually need. And let's look at the chance details here. Chance details, you can tell super low, less than half a percent to get the supremacy fragments. Of course, we knew that they were going to make that hard. They are making this one at least somewhat attainable. 3% chance to get a conquest fragment. And then, the other stuff, honestly, the other stuff is pretty good. Like I just got that 3-day fragment. That's or 3 days speed ups. I'll take speed ups all day, every day. I need speeds so bad. But then similar to Tyke's wheel, they also have spinning rewards here. So if you get your 100 per day, you're gonna unlock this top level, which means that you're gonna get two fragments for free. Two fragments from the cheaper set for free, also 20 million gold. I don't think that you won't be able to get to 50 fragments here, but this is also going to be a conquest one. So this is, if you spin it 100 times, that's when you start getting the supremacy fragments. Okay, goes back to conquest. So basically, if you, okay, it keeps going. Wow, they think that people are going to be spinning this a lot. We'll see how much people actually spin this. But basically, it looks like if you spin it 2,000 times, you'll get, I'm just going to count the supremacy. So 4, 7, 10, 11, those ones aren't, 12. So 12 from this, and then however many you get from here. So I think I think it does basically add up to a full piece if you completely max it out. But that's going to be super expensive because the chances these coins do not stay. So you're not going to be able to save it up and then wait until you can kind of do the full thing. You have to use them as they come in essentially. And that's kind of a bummer. So let's look at actually what kind of deal this actually is. So we saw from here that the first time that you would even get a close to a supremacy scroll is 100 times. So for sure at 100 times you would get one supremacy fragment. Um, so looking at, besides the free ones that you get, let's look at the packs here and see if it's actually a good deal. So this is a $10 pack and you get basically 10 spins here. You can double it if you want, so you get 20 spins there then. So um, I guess it's possible with doubling it down and buying some packs to get at least one fragment. So if someone's at like, 29 fragments on something, like it might be worth it, or it might be worth it to just save up the fragments until you're able to get something. But you're not going to get a supremacy fragment for free unless you win it actually spinning the wheel. And then this is the $100 pack. Uh, Basically scales the same way. So this is going to be 100 spins, 200 if you double it, which will actually get you one fragment. So for sure with $100 you will get one fragment. Uh, let's think about that for a second though. Is that actually a good deal? It's not really, right? You know, you think about it and like the top Civ gear or whatever is, or the supremacy pack is, you get it at like, like the full cake or something like that, right? So that's like 2 grand. If you were doing this, you would have to buy way more than that to actually get to a full item here. So this is really useful for kind of slowly grinding out some of the gear. I think it's super nice for kind of lower coiners to be able to get some of the cheaper gear, and it'll take a while. It's I'm not saying that you'll get it within an event, unless you already have a bunch of fragments. But if you're a lower coiner and you are a lower coiner or a free to play player, you can still for sure get at least two fragments here. And so with kind of the Taish's wheel and all the stuff that has already happened, you probably have at least a decent amount of fragments of one type, and then you can kind of complete that, right? And so then that'll be able to unlock, K36 if you haven't already, or just some of those nice buffs. For example, I have an alt that I'm trying to get the Plantagenet ring on for archer attack. And I think I only need a couple more, so definitely going to be trying to get that on here. Um, but yeah, that's kind of it. Very similar to Taish's wheel, except for you can actually choose some of these fragments, and they're not the full piece. Honestly, I think I think this is a good way to implement this. I know a bunch of people are going to come after me and say, "Oh, well, there's no chance to even get a single supremacy fragment for free." Uh, there is a chance, right? You can get lucky here. Yes, it's not likely. It's super not likely, but at least there's a chance to give some of the free to play players some of the cheaper gear, right? And some of the cheaper gear is really good. So let me actually go through and spin. We'll see if I get lucky, get anything. We'll do the 70 spin. I don't know why it does an animation for that. Nope, no fragments. Didn't expect any. But okay, I guess we'll see what happens tomorrow. Let's look at some of the actual gear that you can get from this, and some of the things that I think are kind of the best things that you can get. So one, you can get the Plantagenet ring. This is the best range troop attack ring so far. Uh, super, super important, but probably not the most important. I would say the most important things are going to be um, this the ring for your wall gen so that you can bump up that siege machine attack range. Super important to be able to survive siege rallies and siege solos and stuff like that. But also, yeah, if you don't have it, I would recommend this one. This one's super, super good. Love it. Other than that, let's look at some of the other ones. Um, this one's good. So the Abbas Bracer also is like more of an attacking version of the Siege Ring. I would not get this one unless you actually have a lot of fragments already. I would not get this one because Evony released a better version of it. So this is basically the same thing. It's going to give you, well, let me see, 10% there. Uh, nope. Oh, interesting. Oh no, that's because I already have it. Yeah, I think this would have been 10% before I upgraded it. It gets like 1% attack each time. Um, but yeah. So this will be an again 15% machine attack range here, but you can see that it actually has siege attack here, and then has some nice things here. Marching range, troop attack, that doesn't matter, but it actually has siege attack here as opposed to the Abbas gear, which does not. It has basically a bunch of debuffs and then the range. So uh, it is going to be nice to have kind of both of them because you can have one set up for T11 or small siege and one set up for big siege, and then you can flip between those situationally. Uh, I'm sure there's a bunch of people that are watching and are like, okay, I don't care about siege. I'm not at that point in the game. But there is also a lot of other good stuff that you can get here. Um, I would still recommend that choreo um, ring. Everyone needs it for defense because of the siege attack range. Uh, just imagine basically that's allowing your siege to attack from further out. So you're able to do more damage before the enemy kind of gets in close into when they're actually attacking you. So super important. There's also a bunch of other ones that are really nice, but I'm not going to go through all of them here. So, what do you guys think about the event? I actually really like it. It is at least somewhat of an appeal. It's something that looks like it's going to be at least grindable, right? You're going to at least get two fragments of the cheaper set for free. So, I mean, sure, that's going to take months to actually get the full gear, but I would actually argue that it's maybe better than some of the worst versions of the wheels that we've been able to that we've seen recently. The one that, that was in the anniversary event that you couldn't get anything for except for you couldn't get any coins for except for by buying them. And then the one before that where you could only get the you can only buy the chances for gems, like 10 chances per day, but it didn't really give you much and it was super expensive. So I would argue that this is one of the best versions of the latest, kind of wheels. And it looks like it's, they kind of built it to be here to stay. Hopefully it is. Hopefully they don't yank it after a single time. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about that. I'm super excited about it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.